Ever had an employee who just behaved badly and you didn't know what to do about it? In this video, we're going to define what bad conduct is and how you know that somebody's behaving badly in the workplace, and then some general guidance about how to proceed with addressing it. Hi, I'm Beth Strathman. Welcome to my channel where I offer wise leadership solutions so simple and practical your employees will practically lead themselves. On this channel, I offer a wide variety of leadership strategies and techniques, so if you're new here, consider subscribing. There's another video I did that's similar to this that talked about, if you hired somebody and they behaved badly early on, to really go ahead and address it. And today I'm going to talk to you about, just in general, how do you know that you've got an employee who has conduct issues? And then in general, how do you proceed? So a conduct issue in the workplace is anytime an employee, whether or not they can perform their job, and oftentimes they can perform their job, but that's not the issue. The issue is their behavior or their conduct. And you know that somebody's behavior or conduct isn't right when you see them violating company policies, right? So if there's a company policy, whether it's on attendance, handling confidential information, standards of conduct that are listed, and all these are probably like an employee resource. We used to have, handbooks, but now they could be online. So wherever your employee policies are, safety policies included in this as well. When an employee is not following those policies, that is a conduct issue. That is not about their performance. When they're not getting along with coworkers very well, and oftentimes this isn't in the policies, but one thing you can always kind of refer to is your company values. So particularly as they relate to how you work with other people. So if there's values of honesty, integrity, service, that kind of thing, you can sometimes rely on those to kind of get the message across to the person that this is the way we expect you to behave. Standards of conduct are often used to also really instruct people how to interact with each other. But if they're not getting along with other people, if they're not following company policies, if they're not following procedures and processes in place to make sure the work is done the way it's specified, then you probably have an employee who has poor conduct. And in general, when you're addressing someone with a conduct issue like that, what you're going to do is sit down with them and give them what used to be called and may still be called a verbal warning or some verbal counseling in some places. Find out what's really going on with them, reset the expectation, and then later on down the road, if you have to ratchet up consequences or hold them accountable for their behavior, make them think more about whether or not they really want to keep a job with you. You can work with your HR department or your company attorney, whoever you use for legal advice in these matters, to really specify maybe what the next steps are. So how many of you have employees or have worked with people who are real doozies who, did not behave very well in the workplace? Let me know about your employee bad conduct horror stories in the comments below, where you can also connect with other people who also subscribe to my channel. Also, if you like this video, please like it and share it with other people who might find it interesting. I'm also offering my conversation planner, so in the box below you'll see the link to that. That is a tool that you can use to plan out conversations that you need to have with people when you're addressing things like conduct issues. So if you're the type that sometimes wants to really sit down and structure the conversation and think about what you're going to say beforehand, that tool is for you. Till next time, I'm Beth Strathman with Leadership Solutions so easy and practical, your employees will practically lead themselves.